What if your survival depended not only on your instincts, but also on ancient wisdom passed down through scripture? Imagine standing face to face with a lion, a bear, or a venomous snake, and instead of fear consuming you, the words of the Bible guide your every move. In this gripping video, we explore 13 Bible tips on how to survive wild animal attacks, a fusion of practical survival skills and profound spiritual insights. From David's fearless encounters in the wilderness to Daniel's miraculous night in the lion's den, these stories hold life-saving lessons you don't want to miss. Stay with us until the end. These tips might just prepare you for life's wildest encounters, whether in the forest or facing challenges in your everyday journey. Hit subscribe now, and let's dive into these powerful survival strategies rooted in faith.
We follow the journey of David, a young shepherd who finds himself encountering wild animals in the wilderness. As he learns to rely on both survival skills and God's protection, he discovers 13 key, Bible-inspired tips to survive and thrive amidst danger. The story draws from David's battle with the lion and bear, 1 Samuel 17 verses 34 to 37, Daniel's experience in the lion's den, Daniel 6 verses 16 to 23, and Psalm 91's promises of divine protection.
David's encounter with wild animals in the wilderness paints a vivid picture of survival through faith, divine intervention, and practical wisdom. As the young shepherd ventured into the wilderness, his only priority was to protect the sheep entrusted to him. Little did David know, these experiences, where survival met divine providence, would later shape his destiny as a mighty king and a warrior of faith. The Bible, from cover to cover, offers us stories of survival that go beyond physical strength, emphasizing trust in God, wisdom, and resilience. David's battles with a lion and a bear, 1 Samuel 17 verses 34 to 37, serve as timeless lessons for anyone looking to understand how to survive not just wild animals, but life's fiercest challenges.
Surviving in the wilderness requires remaining calm, no matter how terrifying the situation. David, upon seeing a lion stalking his sheep, must have felt a surge of fear. But instead of panicking, he recalled Psalm 56 verse 3, which teaches, "When I am afraid, I put my trust in you." This moment wasn't just about surviving a lion, but also a test of faith. When danger strikes, panic clouds judgment, and the first key to survival is to remain calm and call on God for strength. Even today, survival experts emphasize the importance of staying calm in dangerous encounters because panic can worsen any situation. Faith in God's presence calms the mind and gives strength to confront the danger ahead.
Vigilance is equally essential. David didn't stumble upon the lion by chance. He was always on the lookout, keeping watch over his flock as the Bible teaches in Proverbs 27 verse 23. Be sure you know the condition of your flocks. Give careful attention to your herds. Survival requires awareness of one's surroundings. Whether you're in the wild or facing metaphorical lions, remaining alert and observant allows you to anticipate threats before they escalate. Similarly, in life, being aware of spiritual dangers, such as temptation or discouragement, can help us act in time to protect ourselves and those we love.
David's story also highlights the value of using available resources wisely. When the lion attacked, David grabbed his sling and stones, ordinary tools he used daily. He didn't need sophisticated weapons to defeat the beast. He only needed what God had already placed in his hands. 1 Samuel 17 verse 50 reminds us, David triumphed over the Philistine with a sling and a stone. This principle applies to survival in any situation. Use what you have, even if it seems insufficient. God's power works through ordinary means, just as he used a simple sling to conquer Goliath.
But survival isn't just about tools, it's also about inner strength, a gift from God. As David faced the lion, he prayed for courage. The words of Philippians 4 verse 13 must have echoed in his heart. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Calling on God for strength in times of trouble makes a difference. Even survival experts agree that a strong mental attitude can significantly increase your chances of surviving hostile situations. Knowing that God's strength is within you gives you courage when fear is overwhelming.
David's strategy was also rooted in sound judgment. He didn't recklessly charge at the lion, but positioned himself wisely between the predator and his flock. As Proverbs 22 verse 3 advises, the prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. Survival requires wisdom, placing yourself in the best position to minimize risk. In modern survival contexts, this might mean finding safe shelter or using the environment strategically, just as David did in his encounter.
David also knew that sound could be a weapon. To scare off the lion, he raised his voice and shouted, a tactic still recommended today to ward off aggressive animals. The Bible speaks to the power of noise in Psalm 98 verse 4, "Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth." While David's shout wasn't joyous in this case, it served its purpose in startling the lion and asserting dominance. In life, too, making your voice heard, whether through prayer, praise, or calling for help, can shift situations in your favor.
As David fought off the lion, he remembered the story of Daniel in the lion's den, Daniel 6 verses 16 to 23, where God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths. Daniel's experience assured David that God's protection is real and tangible, even in life-threatening situations. "My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions," Daniel declared, Daniel 6 verse 22. This truth remains relevant today. When we call upon God, he sends his angels to guard us.
Courage, not fear, became David's most valuable asset. The Bible reassures believers in 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means acting despite fear. And when you act with courage rooted in faith, you invite God's power to work through you.
After driving the lion away, David gave thanks to God, following the teaching of Psalm 107 verse 1. "Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever." A heart of gratitude invites more blessings and reminds us of God's faithfulness. No matter how terrifying the situation may be, survivors should always pause to thank God for his deliverance. In this way, gratitude becomes a survival skill as well, helping you maintain hope even in future challenges.
David's story teaches us that survival is not merely physical, it's deeply spiritual. He combined trust in God with practical action, making his encounter with wild animals a lesson in faith and wisdom. We, too, face lions in life, whether literal or figurative. But through vigilance, prayer, courage, and gratitude, we can overcome anything that threatens us. Psalm 91 verse 11 reminds us, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." This assurance means that even in the wildest circumstances, God's hand is upon us.
The story, David's encounter with the wild. 1. Stay calm and trust in God. Psalm 56 verse 3. David was tending his sheep when he saw a lion prowling near the flock. At that moment, fear gripped him, but he remembered Psalm 56 verse 3, "When I am afraid, I will trust in you." Tip 1. In the face of danger, stay calm and trust that God is with you.
2. Keep watch. Proverbs 27 verse 23. David kept a sharp eye on the lion, remembering the wisdom of Proverbs 27 verse 23. Be sure you know the condition of your flocks. Give careful attention to your herds. Tip 2. Always stay alert and aware of your surroundings.
3. Use what you have. 1 Samuel 17 verse 50. When the lion attacked, David reached for his sling and stones, the tools he already had, just as he later used to defeat Goliath. The Bible reminds us in 1 Samuel 17 verse 50, David triumphed over the Philistine with a sling and a stone. Tip 3. Use the resources available to you in the moment of crisis.
4. Call on God for strength. Philippians 4 verse 13. David prayed for strength, knowing that Philippians 4 verse 13 promises, "I can do all this through him who gives me strength." With God's help, he felt courage rising in his heart. Tip 4. Pray for strength when you need it most.
5. Position yourself safely. Proverbs 22 verse 3. David positioned himself between the lion and the sheep, ready to defend. Proverbs 22 verse 3 says, "The prudent see danger and take refuge, but but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. Tip 5. Place yourself in the safest possible position to avoid harm.
6. Stand your ground. James 4 verse 7. The lion advanced, but David stood firm, knowing that James 4 verse 7 teaches, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Tip 6. Sometimes survival means standing your ground against fear and danger.
7. Shout or make noise. Psalm 98 verse 4. David shouted at the lion to scare it away. Psalm 98 verse 4 says, "Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Break forth into joyous song and sing praises." Tip 7. Use sound to ward off danger.
8. Have faith in God's deliverance. Daniel 6 verse 22. David remembered the story of Daniel in the lion's den, where Daniel 6 verse 22 says, "My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions." Tip 8. Trust in God's ability to deliver you from harm.
9. Use courage, not fear. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. David felt fear creeping in, but he recalled 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." Tip 9. Act with courage, even when fear is present.
10. Stay focused. Proverbs 4 verses 25 to 27. David kept his focus on the lion, knowing that Proverbs 4 verses 25 to 27 warns, "Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you." Tip 10. Stay focused on the danger until it passes.
11. Call for help. Matthew 18 verse 19. When David felt overwhelmed, he remembered the importance of seeking help. Matthew 18 verse 19 teaches, "If two of you agree on earth about anything they ask, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven." Tip 11. Call for help from those nearby if possible.
12. Rely on God's angels. Psalm 91 verse 11. David believed in God's protection through angels, as promised in Psalm 91 verse 11. "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." Tip 12. Trust that God sends help, even in unseen ways.
13. Give thanks for deliverance. Psalm 107 verse 1. When the lion finally retreated, David knelt and gave thanks to God. Psalm 107 verse 1 reminds us, "Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever." Tip 13. Always give thanks when God delivers you from danger.
Through his encounters with wild animals, David learned that survival is not just about strength or tactics, but also about faith, wisdom, and trust in God. As the Bible teaches in Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight."
In conclusion, the 13 Bible-inspired tips for surviving wild animal attacks offer more than just physical survival strategies. They reveal the deeper truth that God is always with us, providing wisdom, courage, and protection. These lessons apply not only in the wilderness, but in the trials we face daily. Trust in God, use the tools you have, and give thanks when deliverance comes. With these principles, survival is not only possible, it becomes a testimony of God's power at work in your life.
Through his encounters with wild animals, David learned that survival is not just about strength or tactics, but also about faith, wisdom, and trust in God. As the Bible teaches in Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight."
If this story has inspired you, like, share, and subscribe to Faith Spark and Hope Beacons. Together, let's grow in faith, hope, and wisdom, trusting that God's protection is always near. Whether in the wilderness or in the challenges of life, hit the notification bell to never miss another powerful story.